just finished working out. I did about 30 minutes on the treadmill. Now I'm gonna make something to eat. It's like 12, almost 12 o'clock, or a little bit over 12, and I'm starving. Okay, so one thing that I like to do almost every morning is I love to have some coconut water. This is the brand that I love. This is Viva Coca. This is the pineapple. I love the pineapple version. Not sure if you guys are super familiar with this guy, but I've been a follower, believer, subscriber of him for a very long time. I have his book, Paradise Health. I'm going to link this information as well. He is absolutely amazing. He talks about how he breaks down how coconut water like impacts our body, the detoxification process, all of that. And one thing you may see or notice even in my upcoming videos is I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup. I've actually had really bad issues with eczema and acne for almost all of my life. So that's what I'm really focusing on, is getting my skin clearer, working on just really detoxifying my body, my system, all of that in a way that makes me kind of at the purest form in a sense that I can be. I would definitely recommend you guys to get his book and read it and understand it. I was able to try some of his food when I was living in DC. He has a raw vegan restaurant, and I mean bomb. Absolutely amazing food. So that's kind of what I usually start with, is some coconut water, some reading. Oh, and here are the ingredients for the coconut water. As you can see, it's coconut water, pineapple puree, coconut puree, vitamin C, and there's actually no added sugar. So that's really good. The sodium is also pretty low on this. I only have about, let's just say, a total of a cup or 2 cups every morning or every other morning. It's so good. So I have everything already kind of set out. I'm just going to be making some quick potatoes in my steam basket for the microwave. Typically I don't like to use the microwave for stuff like this, but I'm very hungry, so I'm just going to quickly do that. And then I'm going to make me a little side salad. Oh, really quickly, these are the potatoes that I'm using. I got these from Walmart. I'm going to be making a quick little side salad with some shredded lettuce, some banana peppers, pickles, and I'm going to make a side salad using these ingredients. And I'll kind of put those in the description box for you to see what all I used. So yeah. Okay, so here is the dressing that I made for my salad. Like I say, really simple ingredients. I use this balsamic vinegar, I'm sorry, no, I keep saying that. Dijon mustard, I got that from Publix. I use some basil, a little bit of salt, and nutritional yeast. I did get this recipe off of Forks Over Knives, so I'll go ahead and I'll link that in the description. But it's thick, kind of not too sweet, but just right. And it's so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my salad together, and I'll show you guys kind of the finished product. Okay, sorry, I mistakenly took my mic off, but here is my lunch. I'm doing the 50-50 plate by the Starch Solution. So I just have the potatoes, salad, and drizzled in the dressing that I made earlier in the video. Oh, and I also forgot to, I'm gonna link my starting weight for you guys so you can see what I'm gonna be starting off as, or starting off at. Okay, so here is my weight, 214. Okay, so this is actually what I'm gonna have as my midday snack. It's just mangoes, cherries, and persimmons. I had to unfortunately limit my sugar intake only because I can overeat on it, and it's like sometimes it's way too much. So I'm only gonna have this amount of fruit, which is about 2 servings today, but tomorrow I'll probably only have 1 serving. Okay. Okay, finally. I am honestly so grateful to finally be in this space in this moment. where I am ready, able, and willing to share. I feel like I've allowed my paradigm, self-limiting beliefs, procrastination to kind of get into the way of me kind of really stepping into the things that I want to do, which is kind of share information or things that I've been able to gather. So I'll be talking about the Starch Solution really quickly. I was introduced to the Starch Solution 8 years ago, and I was kind of super scared about it, only because it's a lot of carbs and all of that. And, you know, growing up, there was this mindset that carbs were bad and stuff like that. Over the years, I've tried it. Most recently, after having my son, who's now 2, this last year, which is 2021, I have committed to it, and I've been able to lose substantial, or I don't like to say lose, I've been able to release a substantial amount of weight. So just a quick overview of exactly what the Starch Solution is. It is essentially a whole food, plant-based lifestyle, and it's starch focused. So it's basically whole plant-based, unrefined starches that's in its purest form. So like potatoes, beans, rice, and so forth. It's low fat, and it's not portion restricted. So especially when you're eating the 50-50 method or plate, you can essentially have half vegetables and half starches. And typically, one thing that I tend to do is that, but even when I go back for seconds or when I go back for more, I'm mindful of, okay, let me first kind of fill up on the vegetables before I kind of hit the starches, if that makes sense. So I would say this is the most important page, which is the calorie density. And this is the premise of what the Starch Solution is about. So you want to focus on unrefined starches that are below 600 calories, as seen here. All right, my phone just cut off for no reason. But yeah, so I want to really focus on releasing this extra weight that I have, and also working on my skin, mindfulness, feeling more aligned, really being more mindful of what I'm putting into my body. As I mentioned, I've always had issues with my skin, and being very, very self-conscious about it. I would like to have where my skin is a lot clearer, and just overall things that I've seen other people been able to achieve with the program, because it's almost like one of those things where you see other people being able to do it and it's like, yo, I want that too. So that's why I'll be diving into the Starch Solution by Dr. John McDougall. I'm going to be diving into that really consistently going into 2022. So I'll be fostering the space and time for 6 months of full commitment, which basically means that I'm only going to be eating McDougall approved meals. In his book, I'll put a little image so you can see his book. So here's a meal that I prepared the day prior. My husband actually taught me how to make this. This is so good. I have some parsley, some cilantro, and chives. I also have onion powder, smoked paprika. This is a Spain version. And a little bit of salt. For the McDougall program, you just want to have a little bit of salt, if any. And then I also have some fresh rosemary. Two main ingredients, really simple. I'm going to be using some balsamic vinaigrette. Hopefully that shows in the camera. This is the plum flavor. So good. I got this here locally in Charleston. I can also link their website. And then I'm also going to be using some unrefined honey that I found at a local grocery store, Earth Fair to be exact. Hopefully that shows. And I may go ahead and add in a little bit of like salt, pepper, and garlic as I'm stirring, but we'll kind of see how that goes. So I'm going to be doing kind of 2 different processes with the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to be not steaming, that isn't the right word. I'm going to be putting them in the microwave in my microwavable basket, and it's basically like a steamer. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them in the air fryer for a little bit to get nice and crispy. So that's what we'll be doing with our Brussels sprouts. Okay, and here is the finished product. I ended up adding some hot sauce and a little bit of nutritional yeast on top. But when I say this was spanking. So this is my body. I still have a long way to go to release some more weight. And I'm really excited because I know it is gonna work. It has worked, it's been working. I just need to stick to it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm gonna go work on some business stuff for a little bit, but I will be posting some more videos next week. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow, like, subscribe if you like, if you feel aligned to the content in that way. But in the meantime, like I said, you can also follow me on Instagram at Nali Jolie. I post a lot of food pictures, workouts, and so forth. But send you guys an abundance of love and support, positive vibrations, all that good stuff. Until next time.